It's story time tonight. It's time for you to sit back, grab a cup of hot chocolate, maybe get your favorite snack and relax because we're going to tell you a little story about once upon a time how you took your business and you grew it to the most spectacular company you could imagine. Would you like to see how that story works? Like to hear the end of that story? Well, sit back, relax, because we're going to share that to you. We're going to tell you how to get it. We're going to tell you a little story. Why? Because marketing matters. Oh, and sales do too. All right? Okay. I'm Bill Arnold. I'm president of Prevail Marketing, and I come here every day to give you information on how to grow your business through better sales and marketing. Ideas, concepts, ways to look at things, way to do things differently. Things that we have used in our agency for our clients that have had profound effects, that have changed their stars, that have taken them from struggling startups or early stage companies to people who have dominated their industry. Now, if you want to be that story, if that's what you want to be your story, we're going to tell you how to get it today. We're going to give you a technique, a strategy that is going to work. But there's only one payment, one thing I want, one thing I need. To tell a good story, I need to be motivated. I need to have incentive. I need you to like, subscribe, or follow. That's all. And now we'll begin the story about once upon a time how your business just took off. You see what I did just there? I was doing a little storytelling. And what was I selling? I wasn't selling features. We're going to teach you how to blog, or we're going to teach you how to write good script, or we're going to teach you features. I was selling benefits. I was telling you how you were going to benefit, how it was going to change your life, your stars, how it was going to make a difference for you, how it was going to impact you. Because you really don't care the strategy technique or what we call it, account-based marketing, growth hacking. You don't care about the terminology. You care about the results. You care about what it's going to be. You care how it makes you feel or how it's going to benefit you. That is selling benefits. That is telling people how their lives are going to improve. It may not be their lives, maybe it just might be how they feel about themselves. Everybody is focused on me. What's in it for me? We all listen to the same radio station, WIFM. What's in it for me? Every single one of us does. And whenever people start talking and throwing benefits and ideas, saying, well, we have the most exciting new feature, we have a. People's eyes go dead. They just aren't concentrating anymore because that's not what matters to them. That's not what they care about. Yeah, there may be some geek out there that gets really excited when they hear all these features and specs, but that's the rarity. You want to capture 98% of the market. You're going to have to start selling the benefits of your product. I'll give you an example of that. The other day I was looking for cameras, Nikon cameras in particular. And I wanted cameras that had certain functionality, certain features. Yeah, I know I just said that, right? But you know what caught my attention? A picture that they had, the advertisement, and not a single spec was mentioned. Not a single feature was mentioned. Just showed a guy looking off in the vista, camera on his side, beautiful vista, and he said, the caption was, I am Marco Polo. Imagine the emotion that's created in me. The wow, I could be walking the California cliffs, taking beautiful pictures. I could be exploring. I could be that guy. That's what got me. It wasn't the features, the functionalities. And here's the best part of all that. When you sell benefits are easy to remember. I'll remember that feeling. I'll remember, wow, that's the feeling. I'm not going to remember a spec 2 seconds after you give it to me at all. And neither will you. So don't focus on the specifications. Focus on the benefits. This will also differentiate you from your competitors. I mean, think of cellular phones. I'm one of those poor people who have both a Samsung and an Apple, so I can speak without dissing either one of them. And, they all have their benefits. They all have what they do better than the other. But the one that got me, that really got me was the camera. And it wasn't not the specs of the camera. I'm not saying, wow, it showed a picture of the moon, a close up of the moon. You can do this with our camera. That's all you need to do to sell me. I'm there. Take my money. Okay, I'm yours. I mean, iPhone has gone so much on benefits as opposed to features. I came across one ad that says, life is easier on iPhone. That's it. It's a flat picture of a phone saying life is easier on iPhone. And it starts as soon as you turn it on. Well, I know I have turned on my iPhone. I've looked for that feature button that says life is better. I haven't found it, but I found using it. It's cool. It's fun. I enjoy it. So take some time to think about how you're selling your products. Does your advertising promotions, does your copy talk about the features? We can do this, we can do that. They don't care. Nobody cares about your features, not even your mother. I'm sorry to tell you that. Your mom may say she does, but truly she does not. She cares about what's it going to do for her and how it's going to make her feel. So focus on the benefits. But that's only 50% of the equation. Remember, I said this is about story time. And you stuck around a little longer than you were going to, didn't you? Because you thought, wow, this is different. He's not talking about account based marketing, growth hacking. He's not talking about SEO. He's not talking about any of these features. He's talking about stories. Everybody loves a good story. All of us are absolutely frustrated. We see hundreds, if not thousands, if not tens of thousands of commercials and advertisement every single day. You're scrolling through your phone now and you're getting on a news article, and all of a sudden, what happens? The text gets disjointed, moves around because an ad popped up, an ad took over. It's frustrating. We hate it. Nobody likes it. But everybody loves a good story. I'm going to give you a case in point that really went viral. A good story that went viral in 2023. That proves my point. There's a company out there, Stanley Thermos Company. They've been around since 1923. I don't know, a long, long time, and they've done a lot of typical commercials. It keeps your product warm or keeps your product cold. It's durable. Great. All right. I'm bored. But in 2023, a woman posted a story on TikTok that showed her completely destroyed car through a fire. It was just obliterated. But sitting in the console, slightly charged, was a Stanley Cup. And when she picked it up, she shook it. Ice was still in there. It kept it cold. Despite this fire that destroyed her entire car, it kept it cold. Now, Stanley, being a very, very intuitive company, saw this as an opportunity to do a little storytelling because this original one went viral. It was picked up by news media, picked up by social media around the world. So what did they do? The president got on, tagged this woman, said, you know what? We really appreciate your telling this story about us. It's really good to know our products work as they intended to, and that one looks a little charred, even though it's still working. We're going to send you some more Stanley Cups. And that could have been the end of the story. But that's not a good story. We like story with happy endings, don't we? We're all on a happy ending story. So the president said, and by the way, we're going to replace your car with a new one. We've never done it before, probably never do it again. But we're going to do it for you. Because they knew the value of that story. And oh my goodness, did that take off. You couldn't have paid for the amount of promotion they got out of that, amount of advertising they got out of that. I think it was like last I looked, and it's still climbing. There was 88 million views of that president doing that. 80, and it was on every single newspaper around the world. I saw articles from India. I saw articles from Australia. I saw articles in foreign languages. I don't even know who they were. Because he told a good story. And because he told a good story, everything changed. So you may not have that exact type of situation where life just hands it to you like that. You may have to craft your own story, your own vision. You may have to cobble something together that is storytelling, but you can do that. It works. Storytelling makes everything more memorable. When I go out, and I'm not planning to do it anytime soon, go out and buy a new thermal cup, I'm not going to go to Starbucks, buy theirs. Nah, I'm not going to buy that brand. I'm going to buy Stanley because you know why? It's going to stick in my mind. It's memorable. 63% people remember a story. Only 5% recall facts. It creates connections and trust. I don't know. Seeing that president do that nice thing, well, I tend to trust the product, and it motivates you. I'm telling the story to you. I'm giving it more traction. I'm giving it more noise. So, if you want to change your stars this year, if you want to change your company, change your approach. Quit selling your benefits. Quit pointing out the features. And create a good yarn. Create a good story. Craft a tale that people will listen to. And you may be surprised. At the end of the day, when it's all quiet, they'll be listening to your story, and you're going to look up in the sky and look, and those stars are the stars that changed for you. Thank you. Have a good night. And before you go, make my night by liking, following, sharing, or commenting. Thank you, everybody. Have a good night.